Yeah, we're going to react to this. This went viral on Twitter. This is this guy's Tinder profile.
Why are you already laughing?
The fish.
What the fuck? Why are you already laughing? No, you ain't laughing about the fish.
No, I am.
You're full of yeah.
I really was laughing because
whatever.
the fish
Make it
picture
bigger.
is just...
Fucking
Bigger.
bullshitting.
Wait,
Too big.
Are we rating profiles? I'm not sure
Hold
what
on.
we're doing here.
So, okay. Well, let me explain
don't
it.
overthink
Let me
it.
explain it. So there's this app called Tinder Insights, and you can input your Tinder data, and it'll pop out your like swipes, whatever. So he swiped 2 million. I'll repeat that 2 million times. He right swiped, 2 million. He matched with 2,000, only 2,000 women. He chatted with 1,200 of them. He went on one singular date that led to nothing. So 2 million
Wow.
swipes for nothing.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I got to ask a question here.
Sure, go ahead.
If it is the case that this poor bastard did this, I still want to go fishing with him. Like, would the Whatever podcast link with the Crucible so we can go fishing with this fucking guy?
Who is he? Find him.
Who the fuck cares? Let's
We'll
go
do it.
fishing.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go fishing with him.
Yeah, I want to go fishing with him.
I thought you just wanted to, okay. Yeah, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
We got to find the guy, though.
We got to find the guy.
That's really sweet.
We got to find the guy. Christopher Murphy, Streamlabs doesn't process Amex, communist. Chair 3 is muted.
Chair 3
All right,
is
do you know how to
fucking
mute, Mary?
You've already been gone for like 10
Now, you know
Okay,
what?
just
She has some self-control.
mute
I
the
think
mic.
she can self-mute.
Yeah, can you self-mute for 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So it's 9:50. Mary, let us know when 15 minutes
Oh my
is
God!
passed.
Shut up! Fucking ridiculous. 15
Your
minutes. That's all we
visor's
had. We asked for 15 minutes. Holy shit!
All right. So, ladies, reaction to the little thing I just showed you.
It's really shitty.
Dating apps are terrible, I think, for finding your, like, let's be for real.
Wait, this almost, remember the conversation we had earlier when it came to like dating easier for, or getting sex easier for women? So let's pull it back up really quick. Look.
That's a really big fish, by the way.
Look, he's honestly, here's the thing. His female equivalent, she'd be a massive slut. Huge slut. 100+ body count. This poor guy swipes 2 million times. Nothing.
Was he in the fishing boat, you think?
Was he in a fishing boat?
When he was 2 million fucking times, dude?
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine doing this 2 million
It does
times?
say like 5.5 years. I mean, if you're swiping, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
I
that's
saw
fair.
the
We
time
only
equivalent
got
on there.
one date after 5.5
No.
years.
No.
That's why dating
You're
profiles,
not paying
in my
attention.
opinion.
What the fuck? It
Wait,
didn't say
that's what
one
I
date.
saw. He went
No, it
on
was
one
one
date.
date.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One date.
One date, but that was it. And
Well,
he
maybe
didn't.
I'm not
need
paying
anything.
attention.
It's the alcohol.
We'll go with that.
There was one date, but there was no spark. So I'm assuming like he went on the date,
And then
but
nothing.
it didn't go anywhere, right?
2 fucking million
That's what it
times.
sounds
2 million times. These
I think it's
poor
the fish
men.
photo.
Oh
no,
my
part of
No.
the fish
Bro.
photo.
No.
You think
Bro,
that
hold
you
on.
like the fish photo?
Look, I'm about to say this, right? Y'all saying it's the fish, right?
No.
Here would maybe be the equivalent for a dude. So you're a white woman with like multiple in your bio.
Why are you making it racial, bro?
Because he's a white
I feel like it's
guy?
appropriate.
Okay, that's
my
fair.
bio?
Go
That's
ahead.
fair. That
Yeah,
checks
that's fair.
out.
Go ahead.
Actually, thank you for that. I won't bring it there. You have a woman.
With, there we go.
She's got Tinder profile with 3 kids in her photos, and she's like, "Yo, I got 3 separate baby daddies. I'm looking for the 4th." Like, I think in women's minds, like that would be the equivalent for the fish photo.
Except
No.
you can just dump the fish photo.
Hang on. In Brian's defense,
cutest.
that woman will get way more dates.
That's what I'm saying.
Way more
more
dates.
But maybe
Yeah,
for the
the
wrong
fish-
I
reasons.
think like women.
well,
know
yeah,
that
'cause
fishing
men
doesn't
just
work
wanna-
on bikes. Like that's kind
Never.
of like an inside
Wait.
thing between women. Like if a guy has a fish photo, I feel like I've heard a lot of women talk about how they wouldn't go for a guy if he has like fish photos on his Instagram.
Why? I don't
Not
get
me,
that.
but I just have heard.
I think it's just like, yeah, it's like an ongoing meme.
it's like kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
I don't know.
What the hell is wrong with
Because
men
it's
who
so
fish?
common. It's so common.
It's
It's
a super
common,
common
but
Did you
like,
see
I mean,
the
it's a
size of the
hobby.
fish?
That was
Girls,
not
that's a
common.
big fish.
That was not
It's
common.
impressive.
It's an impressive fish.
Impressive sized fish.
Yeah.
To be able to reel in, he can reel in the fish.
You just instantly are like, oh, this guy likes fishing. Fuck this guy.
No.
Like, what the
they
fuck
think.
did he do?
Look, you have only
It's
so many.
too much. It's
You know
too,
what, too?
it's
That guy
too
looks like the
much.
type who catches the fish and then releases it.
He does look like.
See, I'm the fucking type of
What a
prick.
sweetheart.
I pull up those giant fish and I'm like, I ain't putting it back. Fuck you. I'm not. There's no way I'm putting that back.
What are you gonna do with that big ass fish?
Well, I just,
You get it, like, it's
listen,
like-
listen.
like you get it.
I'm not
Cook
going
it
to
up.
even do anything with it. But it's mine. You see how that way? It's like, it's mine though. So I'm like, I don't need to do anything with it. It's I caught it. It's fucking mine. That's
You
how
have
that's
to take
supposed
a
to work.
photo with it and then post it on a dating app.
It's kind of
It's like
cute
a
that they
hobby.
do
It's
that.
like their hobby. They're expressing their hobby. They like fishing.
We're taking
Yeah.
that guy out for a fishing trip.
Let's do it.
The Crucible's taking that guy out for a fishing
Oh,
trip.
also, can we do this? I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. It's not dating related, but this poor kid, he, looked like a 9 or 10-year-old, got beat up in a playground by like a couple.
Shiloh.
people.
Shiloh.
Huh?
Shiloh.
Shiloh?
No, nothing.
No. What-
Nothing.
Oh, Shiloh Hendricks. No. There's this poor kid, like a little chubby kid. He got like, some kids were making fun of him, or they were I forgot. Were they throwing rocks at his dog? I forgot what it was. And then he confronted them, and then one kid jumped him, and then another. It was like a 2-on-1, and he was all bleeding and shit. I kind of want to do something for that kid. If anybody who's watching who knows what it is, whatever. And then a bunch of like people on Twitter saw, and all these MMA fighters offered them like jujitsu lessons. And
So
stuff.
we can maybe back some of those MMA fighters up if they help this kid out.
Yes.
I saw that. That was that little portly kid who was in a
Yeah.
fair fight and they got knocked out from behind.
It wasn't even a fair fight because the first one was a cheap shot,
Yep.
and then another kid came in,
Yeah, I remember.
another cheap shot, totally fucked up, and he was
Fucking cheap.
crying. It was
It was
sad.
cheap.
It was sad. So
At least fight fair, you know?
Yeah, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Mary, pull it back up really quick. Here's what we're going to do. The panel. I want you guys to give him a looks rating on a scale of 1 to 10.
And don't lie. Don't
Looks.
fucking
Looks
bullshit
rating.
us.
Starting with you, give him a looks rating, scale of 1 to 10.
I think he's an attractive guy. I would say like.
Fucking lie.
Am I allowed to say 7 for them? We can't say 7 for ourselves, but can I say that for him?
You gonna go on a date with him?
I am taken, but if I was single, honestly, I'd be interested. If I were single, he's someone I would have swiped
You know what?
on.
You know what I feel like? I feel like because you got the backstory here, that if I see what Brian should have done, just pulled this up and said, "What do you rate him?" I think it would have been a 2. But because you have the backstory, you don't want to feel like there's pressure on you,
He's
or
kind of
like
my
you would be a
type.
monster.
I would give him a 2. I mean, to other women, I know he might be a 2, but I mean,
Do
I
you
thought
see
he
what I'm
was
saying,
cute.
Brian? I feel like
I'm not
I
lying.
feel like
I would
if the
tell the
backstory
truth.
wasn't told,
It's
the
true.
ratings would be different.
It's true. What do you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, he's like a 6.
Oh, dude.
6, yeah.
Oh, is the mute? Oh, I guess we gotta skip it. Okay.
Yeah,
Write
out.
it.
Party.
I give him
the
a 3.
roof. The roof. The 3. Okay.
I think
All
people
right.
are going to judge me. I give him a 3.
Probably like 4 or 5.
Okay.
He looks like he gives good hugs. I don't know why that.
It's like he
That's
gives
not
good
what I was
fucking
about
hugs.
to hear, but okay.
I don't know. He looks like a sweetheart.
Does anybody rate based on hugs?
I do.
No,
Like a
you
good
come
hug.
on.
I love a good
But okay,
hug.
wait.
Oh,
where's
come
I
on,
love
give me
a
a
good
fucking
hug.
break. Oh, you know what? I can't wait to go. He looks like he gives good hugs.
Are we rating
Yeah,
strictly
fucking-
on looks, though? Because I can take personality
yeah,
into
just
account,
looks.
but
just,
if we're just rating on
just looks and
that's
what
my
you
number.
saw. You are swiping, I don't know, whichever way fucking women swipe on these apps, but you come across this, you see him, which way you swiping?
I don't know. The
The next, yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
All right.
Left or right.
What do you rate him?
I would say 4.
4. Okay.
He's kind of nerdy. I like nerds, but I give him like a 5.
Give him a 5. Okay. You like hugs?
There, what the
We
fuck?
all love
fucking hug's
Hold on.
You know what I do?
gosh.
He looks like he's a really good hugger.
so-
No man, Brian, does any man ever want to hear, you look like you give great hugs? Does anybody?
bad.
No, come
Why
on,
is that
that's
bad?
terrible.
Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad
Because what the
thing?
man
not a
wants to
bad
hear is like,
thing.
you look like you plant my face in the pillow. They don't want to hear, oh, you look like you give good fucking hugs.
Okay,
Come
imagine
on.
me.
It's
Imagine
like-
me opening
it's
with.
like a
I
woman-
want you
Hold
look
on.
like you. It sounds friend zoning.
It's like a
It
woman.
does sound
Yeah.
friend-zony, yeah.
It's like a
I mean, I
woman
don't
saying he would make a great husband.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh wait, that's not a compliment.
No. No.
It all has to be
Because
like,
because what
aggressive and
that
sexual.
sounds like is like,
I wouldn't. Fuck
I wouldn't
you.
fuck you, but you do seem like you're a good husband material, so I will fuck you.
So, but don't men kind of judge that way too? Like that looks like a whatever. I'm gonna try for that. I'm gonna fuck her, but I want to marry this girl because she looks like a. Good
I think that
wife.
men's criteria and what they want in a wife is way less than what the criteria is for what women want
Just
in a
I
husband.
beg to differ.
So
It
do you?
depends.
No. Well,
That's
it's not just a matter of looks. I think that men look for maternal instinct.
Okay.
I think that they're looking for like women who could be really good mothers for their kids. So like, if I were to see you and I saw the tats and this and that, I'd be again, no offense,
It's
but
okay.
I'd instantly make the presupposition you're going to be a fucking terrible mom. Fuck that shit. But my priority is also children, right? Other men might look at you and think, she'd be a fun ride, right?
Okay.
Literally, amusement park, fun ride. The question becomes this, though. If you know, kind of like all things equal, I think that men's standards for what they're looking for in wives is a much lower standard than what wives are looking for husbands. So, like, what are you looking for if you had perfect husband? Are you married right now?
I'm single.
Right,
I'm
right.
Single right now. I was married.
So,
I'm single.
so
right
let's go perfect husband versus perfect wife. What does that look like?
now. Perfect husband versus perfect wife.
Yeah. So your perfect husband is what?
I think that that's somebody who is a provider, not just for myself, but for the family, the
We got
household.
the provider, sure.
The provider is sure. Somebody who is leading by example, somebody
Sure.
who's looking out for us to maybe correct us.
That
if
would
the
be
leading-
strong moral character, right?
Yes, strong moral character.
Strong
of
moral
course.
character and provider. What next?
Somebody who provides some emotional support in that sense. I think because I also bring some financial to the table, but even if I didn't, obviously be able to understand me, to undergo, just like you were talking about earlier with the whole once a month, you're going.
You're
to
out with your husband. Mm-hmm. A guy walks over, a rando, and he grabs your ass. Your husband got to knock that fucker out, right?
In my opinion,
He's got to, right?
in my opinion, yes.
Yeah, he's got
Okay?
to.
So, but I think that comes with being the leader, the protector.
So it's not just a matter of provider, right? Protector in the home, but it's also a matter of protector outside of the home. Other
Yeah.
people come.
of myself and of our family.
Of course.
Yes.
So he's got to be strong and a little bit tough, right? He's got to be. So there's actually a little bit more criteria here, isn't there?
Okay.
What is he looking for in you?
I don't know what he's looking for.
You don't know what he's looking for.
No, what is he looking for? For me to just be.
I'm asking you, what is he looking for? What is this guy who's a great provider? He's fucking epic. The guy grabs your ass out in the club. He's going to knock him the fuck out. What's he get?
I mean, I would reciprocate as much as I can on every other level. I mean, I can't beat up somebody. or
No,
be
I'm
like,
not
you know,
asking you to beat up somebody. What does he
Yeah.
get, which is similar to what you're getting?
Loyalty.
You expect loyalty from him.
Yes. Yes.
That's
what
not
I'm saying.
something new you're bringing to the table.
Okay.
Him
so-
knocking a motherfucker out is something you can't do, right?
Okay.
So what
'Cause
is
he's a man.
what?
He's physically
yeah.
stronger.
So without the equalization,
Okay.
you say loyalty, you're gonna get loyalty from a guy.
Maybe loyalty and brings in a lot of other things. We talked about being submissive or subservience. I know a lot of people take that as a negative, but it's like I'm not really sure. I've never really
Right. Not
thought
really
about-
sure.
I'm not really sure because, as you guys have said, it doesn't take a lot more. It doesn't. Men don't.
Oh,
look for
so
the,
the
same
standard
things.
is lower for men.
I'm not saying the standard is lower.
It sure sounds like you're saying
I'm not
that.
saying the standard is lower. I'm just saying I've never really thought about that because literally
because,
I've only been,
but men always think about that. That's
Do
what's
they?
so interesting.
I
Yeah.
don't think men always think about that.
Yeah, they actually do. They think about things almost starting in a transactional rate, right? Like, what do I get versus what you get?
Okay,
and then they move
maybe.
into what they'll settle for versus what they won't settle for, right? What you get is the privilege of saying, I've never really thought about that. Isn't that kind of like slightly problematic?
It's not, but personally,
It's not?
It's not only because personally, I'm not actively dating or searching for my ideal person. Have I thought about it? Maybe.
You've dated plenty, right?
I've dated, sure. I've dated,
and
sure.
it still never crossed your mind.
I don't think it's Okay, we're not.
It still never crossed your mind.
No. It's not that it's never crossed my mind. I think it's just in a way like. So I'm gonna take it a couple steps back to where when I was married, I kind of had my role switched where I was the one financially providing. I was the one, my husband.
Like a good wife.
Like a good wife.
There's going to be times, occasionally, perhaps your husband's sick, perhaps he has problems.
I'm
things
saying
like
for
that.
the majority of my marriage, I was the one that did that. So
Why,
I
though?
think roles, because I actually don't want to get into the details of
Okay.
it. So, but
whatever the
regardless,
reason is, right?
My point is from my
you
perspective,
did choose that man, though.
I did, but I think I felt years into it that there could have been forms of manipulation or masking, and
Fair.
when kids come into
I'll
the
just
equation,
grant it all. I'll just grant
Yes.
it all.
Okay.
But you move forward, right?
You
so
move
you're
forward.
moving forward. How could it be possible that you can tell me what your value is or the value of women are? But when I ask you the opposition, like, what is it that the man's getting on par? You're confused and don't know.
Because she doesn't have to.
Hang on. Let her answer.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Can you say that to me one more time?
Yeah. What were you confused about? You said, I'm confused. I'm not really sure.
I think because I've never been in a relationship, I haven't gone past a few dates. I know you don't like the word trauma, but maybe I was a little traumatized from my marriage that I don't really know what a strong person should look like in a maybe traditional, more conservative type of relationship, which is something I would like to seek based off of hearsay and other people's anecdotal kind of situations. But I think that's why it's harder for me to say because I'm not sure.
Let's pretend that we take you out of your skin and we put you in a man's skin, right?
Okay.
So women supposedly are great at empathy. I've never thought so. I've always thought men were more empathetic, and I have great reasoning ability to demonstrate they're more empathetic, but I'm just going to leave it and assume for a second women are actually more empathetic. Just because you lead with empathy doesn't mean you're actually more empathetic, from my view. But here's what I would say. Let's take you. We're going to put you in a man's skin. You swipe across yourself at like 35. You're a 35-year-old man. You've been in the dating field, this and that.
Okay.
I look at you. What do I see?
I see.
Let's start with negatives.
Okay, negatives. Okay, you're really asking me to look at myself. So
Yeah, I'm really asking
Hold
you.
on, let me put myself out, right? Okay, if I'm a guy.
So hang on.
Yes.
Let me.
Yes.
Let's do this again. I want to make sure there's no confusion.
Okay.
You are supposing in your mind, hypothetically, you're a man tomorrow. You wake up, you have your same mind, everything else, and you're looking to date. You swipe across yourself. What are the negative things you see?
I think the first thing is going to be age. What is this person doing on a dating app at her age?
What age is that?
I'm 38.
Okay.
So, but I'm not on dating
There's
apps,
plenty of
but
40-year-olds on dating apps.
There are plenty of
So
them.
what are the
but-
negatives?
Okay, so I think for men, that would be a negative. I feel like a lot of men look for younger women. So that would be one.
Okay.
I think depending on the person, I know you mentioned tattoos. That could be something. I got my tattoos with my
You're a
husband.
man.
I am a man in
this
situation.
hypothetical,
Yes.
what do you see when you see the tattoos on the sleeves and the arms? Tell me what you see as a man.
I don't know.
You don't know.
The reason why I'm telling you this is because, I'm looking. What type of tattoos does she have? Maybe the person that I'm looking for will be similar to me. I have anime tattoos on me. I have, you know what I mean? Like these are all. This is from video gaming. Maybe she's a little bit of a nerd. If I'm being observant, If I don't like
you got
tattoos.
7 fucking seconds that you're looking at these. Hang on. 7 seconds looking at this profile. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If that.
Okay.
So 3 seconds. What do I see? I'm you. What do I see?
Let me actually take this back because
All right,
you're
let's take
like,
it back.
let's look at the negatives. But if
Let's
I'm
start. Hang on.
But if
we'll
I'm a
get to
guy-
all the positives.
No, I don't forget the
I
positives.
just want to see the negatives first.
Forget all the negatives.
No, fucking
If I'm-
bullshit.
No.
Bullshit, Cope. Start with the negatives.
It's actually not a cope. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm looking as a guy going on a dating app.
Yeah.
They probably would see me as, oh, she's showing skin. Maybe the age I can put to the side.
Okay, age
She's
is put to the side.
So age, okay? So, okay, she's showing skin.
What does the
she's-
skin? Let's start.
There's-
We're gonna do.
okay,
Hang on. We're gonna do
yes,
one at a time.
Which can be seen as a negative.
What
which
is
why
the
I'm bringing it
skin? What do you think the skin is signifying to the guy?
up. I think she's, comfortable with showing herself a little bit. She's probably a little bit more outgoing. She's not going to be.
Does it signify promiscuity? Maybe.
I think for a majority of men, yes.
Okay,
It
so
could
we got
signify
that.
promiscuity.
What's next? What's the next negative?
I don't know.
That's it. Those are all the negatives.
I'm not
You
saying
show a
those
little
are-
bit of skin. That's it.
Well,
That's
if I
the
had-
only thing they see in the dating profile.
If I have 7 seconds, I'm seeing age, I'm seeing skin, I'm seeing tattoos. If you don't like the tattoos, maybe, I don't want to necessarily say, but maybe racially,
hang on.
not their preference.
Hang on. Let's back up. I want to
Sure.
show you something
Sure.
that's interesting, and I think you'll agree.
Okay.
There's many videos of an infant dropping from a high altitude off of like a rail or something like that, and
Don't
a man
bring the
catching them,
Okay.
or even a woman catching them.
Okay.
Now, think about this. An infant falls off of like a 4-story balcony. You have how many seconds?
You just have to react.
Like that, right? But all of the things that are processing in that microsecond is like, this kid's going to die. Here's what's going on. You can process so much information in a microsecond.
Okay.
But we can't do that with a dating app.
I just
Hang
don't
on.
know-
We can
okay.
do that
Yeah,
with a dating
we spend
app.
less than 7 seconds on dating
Right.
apps,
So
I
if
think.
that is the case, right, and I can make a microcosm decision as to when to dive for that infant, processing all that information in a nanosecond, right, and catch it, you should be able to tell me what you see as the negative within that same nanosecond about yourself.
I guess so. I told you the biggest thing that I think would be a negative. The biggest things, because it's like a quick thing, is the age and the showing of skin. Those are the biggest.
Tattoos,
okay,
no?
I did mention tattoos in case someone doesn't.
So
like
that's the
tattoos.
third negative. Anything else?
It could be a negative.
Anything else?
I don't know. What
Now, if we
else.
pull that picture up, let's do this as an experiment. Brian, where are you? Pull that picture back up of the fisherman.
Okay.
I want to show you something interesting. We got 3 things from you,
Okay.
right? Don't bullshit us.
Are we talking about looks?
You got 3 seconds to evaluate. Give me all the negatives and tell the truth. They'll see right through it if you don't. Tell us the truth. What do you see?
The only negatives that I can see, and I'll be honest, are the fact that he might be overweight.
Okay, he's overweight. What else?
That's it. Other than that, he's got a great smile. He has good energy. Yes, he's got a big ass fish. I've gone fishing. I know what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
Nice background, all mostly positives. The biggest thing is that he might be overweight. Not my type.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Let me see what it said on the thing. If I actually take the time to read it, because most guys won't read what's on the bio. If I'm not home, you can find me at the lake. There you go. So, because he's single, he spends time on the lake fishing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, did the chat see through that?
Sounds
I
a
was being
bit.
pretty
It does
honest.
sound a bit copish, but okay.
What do you mean when you say copish? I know you've mentioned that even earlier. I'm just trying to get an understanding.
So like cope is the idea that you know that there's some type of problem, but you refuse to acknowledge it, so you give excuses for the problem. That's called cope, right?
Okay.
So
What
there's
would you
more-
say about him then?
There's more that you see about that. Oh man, I could give a laundry list.
I don't
In
think
fact,
I've-
let me just make it even
Okay.
easier. I'll give a laundry list about me, right?
Okay.
I'm fucking old, right? I'm set in my ways. I'm I got a fucking beer gut, right?
I mean, what do you?
I'm literally. Hang on.
I'm
I'm literally fucking abrasive. I don't give a shit what most people think. But even just off of a picture, if I put my best self forward, right, it would still be something akin to like some interest that I had or some shit like that, and he would still look at it and be like, well, he's old, right? Maybe his teeth are a little crooked. Maybe his eyebrow is a little too kirked. Whatever the fuck it is, there would be all kinds of things that you could associate with me just on a picture look that would disqualify me instantly, right? Now, you don't get to see the fact that I am extraordinarily charming and charismatic, but what you would see is just the picture image, right? And that's it. And there's no fucking way that all of that is not processing the same time you look at that guy with that fish. There's just no way.
I think if I'm looking at it in a split second and going, this guy is not my type, I'm not thinking about any
exactly.
of that. But I also don't.
It's intuitive, right?
It's sure. I'm not thinking all the
By
other
the way,
things.
this isn't a dunk on you.
No. And I'm not taking it that way. And again, as I've said, I think that
Holy shit.
She got 2 babies?
Wow.
There's twins, Brian.
Those are
Twins, Brian. Twins.
Yeah, but I mean, if you'll note, 2 separate fathers.
Oh my God.
I mean,
It's not the same dad?
Well, no.
how can they be twins?
What?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a recessive gene, you fucking racist? This is fucking ridiculous.
There's no recessive gene from this thing.
Drink it or dispose of it.
I think my biggest thing, though, is I think that dating apps are terrible. I haven't
I
done dating
triggered it
apps.
twice.
I don't think that. I think if I met that person
Whoa.
in, like, IRL,
donated $1,000.
Thought he went to
Pop
bed.
champagne. So my wife asked and I accepted. She says that her attraction to me was my vast humor and stunning decisiveness. I lead, she follows. And she agreed.
What a legend.
Chair 5 has to put on the hat.
Chair 5 gets the hat. Give her the hat. Give her the hat. And I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a little freebie for Jungle here. I put on the shit. Oh
Holy shit.
wait, this was. I accidentally triggered it twice. I accidentally.
Well,
triggered
but now I want to see it.
what?
Well, now you did the did. Now I want to see what the chat was, even if you triggered it twice.
It was the same one.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You want me to trigger it?
Yeah,
again?
trigger it again.
All right, I'll trigger it again. Why not? All right. Here, I got to do a freebie. It's coming up in just a sec. Here, you know what?
I think it's super cute.
You get to wear a Pokemon hat the rest of the
Yes,
show.
there
this
we
is
go.
Yes,
Ash's hat.
That's
There
Ash.
we go.
Hey.
She wants
to
be
the very best.
Whoa. So my wife
Charles
asked.
donated
There we go.
$1,000. Pop champagne.
Come on, Felicity.
So my wife asked and I accepted. She says that her attraction to
Ash
me was
Ketchum
my
from
vast
Pokemon?
humor and stunning decisiveness.
Oh, never mind.
She followed.
Switch hats.
Not paying attention.
There it is.
This is
Chair
pertinent.
5 has to put on the hat.
Jungle. Thank you. You're a legend, sir. Okay, let's here. Oh man, God, everybody gets up when I'm trying to do some. God
Who
damn
got
it,
up?
bro.
She has
One
to-
person.
She has to go potty.
Fucking-
It's one person.
But I got it. The segment has to. It's like a go around the table segment. Here, you know what? I'll come back
She
to it.
barely speaks English anyway. You know, it's just.
True. Fair point, I guess. Okay. Here, Shannon, getting into your notes, we're going to do some stuff from here. What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband
I said
or wife, I guess?
100. Well, I'm with someone who I'm hoping to get married to, so I'm hoping between 100,000 to 150,000.
Okay, what about you?
Same, close to 3. I like 300,000.
300,000?
Have you ever
That's
been
right.
with someone who made $300,000
Currently, so I'm
Yes.
happy right
I
there.
feel like
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
She makes 300. What does she do for work?
She owns several businesses. She works in aviation as well. So
Do you guys have a mansion?
not yet. Working on that.
But
Though.
Okay.
well, here's the thing though. Forgive
He always has some.
forgive my
Right?
forgive my skepticism, right? But I do okay for myself. It's just a little bit. I do okay for myself. Even here, if you have the combined income you're talking about, like it's even 300 to 600,000 per year, I would think you would have a really big sprawling pad, right?
Well, we've only been together 6 months, and we have 8 kids. So that
8 kids?
Yeah, she has.
Wait, what?
I said that earlier, but I don't think anybody
second.
caught
We
it.
all missed
I don't
that.
remember
right.
the
Oh,
8 kids thing, Brian. Yeah, let's rewind that.
I have 2 boys. She has 6.
Biological, like your
Biologically,
kids.
that's right, and 6 of hers.
Damn.
So even though our income
So
is
you've
pretty
all
great-
hopped up on the old pogo stick a few times.
a time or two.
Wait, your household is polyamorous?
No, not currently. No, it's just me and her.
How many of your kids live with you guys?
Well, hers are older. The first 2 or 3 are like grown.
Okay, we have everybody at the table. Okay, we'll go around on that, then we'll get to the other thing.
All right.
Minimum income for your future husband,
As much as me.
which is what?
Over 300K.
All right, what about you?
I say 75K, just not in California.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
What about you?
60 to 70K.
You said 100K.
I said 100K?
100K.
Yeah. 60. Well, you said 60K to 100K.
What?
60 to 100.
Oh, well,
It is a minimum
I don't know why I
range,
wrote
though.
100K, but
Okay.
60.
Aim high.
What about you?
3,000 per month, so like,
You said 36,000 a year.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's-
Reasonable.
That's very more than reasonable.
Somebody understands mathematics.
Here's what we're going to do. We have, before we do Stifler, everybody stay at the table while I read these. Christopher Murphy, Andrew's hair is top tier Chad.
Agreed.
I agree. It's very nice.
I'm not bald. Holy shit.
It's lovely. He's got great flow.
It is. Yes.
Maga Ramble. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Andrew, I have a boat in Fort Lauderdale. It's mahi season. Come on down. Also, women don't like me. Fish. What? This is he a pirate? Women don't like me. Fish pigs.
No.
got a boat.
What the fuck was that voice?
Okay.
That was Jamaican, I know.
fish pics.
That was like
That's the right way, dude.
women. I was like a leprechaun.
Yeah, what the fuck,
I don't
dude?
know, dude. I get leprechauns and pirates mixed up.
women don't like me fish pics.
Women don't like me. A fish.
What the fuck is worse? You made it. You just took it and made it twice as cringe as the first time.
Trying to think of like.
Slap at the base. Slap at the base. Okay. Because they hate men, haven't hobbies they can't control.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't have a problem with the fish
Wait,
pigs.
maybe the fish thing is the same. But fishing is so much doper, but it's like women with fake nails, especially the long ones.
Ooh.
Maybe that's like the equivalent. Like men don't get that
I
shit.
can still type
really?
with these.
You know what I mean?
Like the new Oblivion came out, the new Oblivion
boy.
game, and
Okay.
it's remastered, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And man, what I rolled was epic. I made my own class. It's called a Paladin class, and it literally focuses on restoration and blade and a few other things, and it's not in the game.
Is
I
that
couldn't-
33?
Ah, don't fuck up my monologue.
Oh, sorry.
So we get into Oblivion, right? I got it. My wife comes out and she's like, honey, what are you doing? And I said, it's Oblivion. Get the fuck out of here. And she was like, absolutely. And I sat down and I played it for 13 fucking hours straight, and I wasn't done. I couldn't wait the next day. And she was like, don't you have to stream? And I was like, yeah, probably, but I'm playing fucking Oblivion, right? And it's remastered, and this is awesome. So here's the thing. My question, right? The ultimate question. If your man's playing Oblivion, do you shut the fuck up and leave him alone?